Yeah, so how's everyone? Good? Thumbs up, yay. Do you hear me well also? Yeah, perfect. So today in our class is going to be a feel-good practice. We're going to work a bit on the pelvic floor and the hips. We're also on the side body and the legs. So we'll do a bit of balancing and do a little bit of shoulder love. It should all be super good for keeping a baby inside your body. That's actually very good exercises we're gonna do. It's always good to keep the side body pliable, like with this sense of buoyancy. It's not hard nor flexible, but functional. The same with the pelvic floor and the hip joints. And really, what the increased flexibility that you may have right now, it's all good what we're going to do today. It's going to strengthen and open at the same time. So let's start on our backs. Move back to my mat. And we'll just start. Just lie back on your mat. Maybe pause for a moment in any shape that you arrive there. You can keep the eyes open or closed, but take a moment to connect. That yoga means connection of all that is you. So just notice your body, notice the pace of your breathing. Notice if there's any tension that you need to release or any area that you want to pay attention to today. And keep that in mind. Let's take a big inhale through the nose, feel up. When you reach the top, hold your breath in for 3, 2, 1, and then soft and continuous exhale out of your nose as well. Again, inhaling through the nose, filling up the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. Hold it in for 3, 2, 1, and then soft, continuous, smooth exhale. Last one, inhaling, belly, rib cage, chest. Let it all be soft and hold it in for 3, 2, take another sip of air, 1, and then sigh it out. You can windshield wiper your legs a little, and we'll just start with wind release. So bring your right knee in towards the chest and clasp both hands on top. And as you maybe want to have it out a little bit to the side so that you're not pressing on the belly, but just on the hip. And we can keep the left leg with the knee bent. That's very easy and comfy, or extend the left leg out. If you do that though, try to keep the left leg pointing straight up. So your toes, your kneecap, and the hip bone are pointing up towards the ceiling. Try not to let it roll out to the side. Otherwise, left knee bent. And once we're here, pay attention that your shoulders are not hiking up towards your ears, and that it's really more the clasping of the hands that it's just holding this shape, as well as the pressure, the weight of your leg. Bring your attention to that point of pressure and resistance in the right hip crease, and see if you can let it ease in a little. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, slowly release. First tap the foot to the ground and then extend the right leg completely. Just noticing that blood flow rushing back. And then let's bring the left knee in towards the chest maybe. You can open it out, externally rotating and then arriving to the center or a little bit to the side. Clasping the hands on top of the shin bone and then allowing it to land in its own, like we all have different little paths along the way where the leg will settle comfortably. And then relax the top arm as much as possible, relaxing the neck and check in with your jaw and your mouth. There's nothing they need to do right now. So you can soften your face, soften the upper back and the neck. And if your right leg is extended, just keep it like semi-active with the toes, kneecap, and hip bone looking up. Maybe do a quick body check. Are there any other places in your body that you could be more efficient about the effort and relax them a little, except for that pressure in your hip and the clasping of your hands? Allowing that resistance to ease in and the pressure to become more like dead weight. Big inhale. And then soft exhale, releasing, tapping the foot first on the floor and then extending completely and noticing that yumminess around the hips. And then very slowly bend the knees back in, bringing both knees in towards the chest and then legs up towards the sky. We're going to take also the arms up towards the sky. First, trying to reach up, taking the shoulders out of the socket and then letting them drop. So all the shoulder blade and the arm bone are kind of stacking on the floor. And we'll do our favorite warm up for joints, the zombie ragdoll. So we're going to start opening and closing fists with the hands for some wrist love and pointing and flexing the feet. And we want to be slow and mindful in this one. So imagine you want to, like, you're grabbing like plastiline or something that feels good, like that Play-Doh in your hands, and you're massaging it with your feet. So the more, like curious and funky movements you do with the fingers and the toes, the better it will feel and the more you will explore of what's going on in the joints of feet and hands. And then keep closing and opening fists. And we're going to start the circles outwards. And also keep fanning and pointing your toes. So it's the same thing. We're trying to like open a circle or window in that Play-Doh by creating circles. Slow or fast. You can explore the pace that feels good. Sometimes you need to go slower. Sometimes you feel like the joints are already wanting to move more. Let's switch direction, circles inwards. Again, keeping and opening and closing the hands, like massaging that dough. Maybe it's like a bread. You don't start getting hungry. And as also fanning and pointing, like clenching your toes. And this is great for leg venous circulation. Let's pause here and then take the arms up and overhead with the arms extended overhead. Maybe bend the elbows out a little. So you have like a cactus arms, and then separate your legs a little bit wider than your hips and keep the knees softly bent. We're going to start drawing circles outwards with both legs, trying to move from the hip socket so that we can explore that range of motion and notice if there's any sense of trembling or shaking anywhere along the legs or the hips. It's just the muscles getting used to this length with the strength that we're exerting on them. And then let's switch directions, circles inwards. And this is also some type of core work, but this type of core strengthening, hip and pelvic floor strengthening is fine for pregnancy. As long as we're not crunching the belly, it should all be fine. And maybe start making the circles a little bit wider. Just a tad bit wider. Whoa. Some of you guys are really flexible on the hips. And then bend the knees and then set the feet back down onto the ground. We're going to take our beach arms. That means take the left arm back and overhead, extended, with the palm facing up. And then we bend the elbow, lift the head, and the left hand goes towards the right shoulder blade, head on the crook of that elbow, and then do the same with the right arm back, and then tuck it behind the left arm, right hand towards the left shoulder blade. And your head is resting more or less in the crook of the elbow there. Then right ankle is gonna go to the left knee and coming into a thread the needle of sorts. Keep the right foot flexed, and then the right knee goes forward and out. Then bring the left knee in towards your chest. Keep the left foot dropped so that it's relaxed towards your hip. And we're just gonna go back and forth like this, tapping the floor, then bringing it back. And we're gonna add the leg a little. So tap the floor with the foot, and then when you bring it back, extend the left leg, so you straighten the knee, and then bend and tap it back down. We bring it in, extend the left leg, bend, and tap it back down. Keep going, normally breathing, soft breathing, not a lot of control yet, but try to move slow and switch between, let's say, we go down, and then in this one, the left leg is driving the movement, it extends, left leg is driving the movement down. And then next one, the right leg is driving the movement, extend, then bring it down. So just switching your awareness between the two legs, what each of them are doing to power this movement. And see if you feel any difference. Sometimes it's funky, that where you pay attention to, it feels like it's doing a lot more. Let's take the last one. And then pause in this floating thread the needle and just start going side to side. Massaging the sacrum a little bit. See if you can relax the left hip joint a little bit. And go as wide or as narrow as it feels good for you. So we're all explorers of our own body. And for each of us, there's always something different, something that allows us or maybe is limiting or needs to be taken care of. So just be mindful of that. And then pause in the center, and then let's switch. So uncross the legs, and we're gonna uncross the arms as well, slowly. Both arms extended overhead. Bend the elbows a little to your cactus and just pause and notice any difference between your shoulders. And now we switch right arm first, up and overhead, palm facing up, bending the elbow and tucking the arm, and then the left. So the left arm goes behind the right. This is what I call beach arms. And then left ankle with the foot flexed on top of the right knee. And the foot is hanging outside of the knee. Knee goes out and forward, and then let's bring the right knee in. First getting accustomed to this thread the needle, and then starting lowering with the knee bend. Let's do 2 of these. And then starting to stretch the right knee as we come up. Right leg, bending and tapping the floor. Bending and tapping. And a lot of this is also driven mainly from the hips, even though there's some sort of core involvement. But Jazz, you want to keep the belly soft all the time. And the rest of us can maybe try to pay a little bit more attention to the belly and engage the core, the navel a little bit back towards the spine, so that we direct the attention to each of the components of the movement here. And you can do that again with paying attention to the bottom leg or the top leg as you go through these motions. See if one can drive the movement and then the other. Let's do a last one. Extending the leg. And then stay in the floating thread the needle with the right knee in and then side to side. Let's start small. And bring your awareness to the pelvic floor here as well. A mild engagement, like you wanna suck it in a little bit. Not so much as squeeze it, but like lift it in towards your belly. And again, explore the width of this motion. Maybe you massage the outer hip if you go as far as that, or maybe you just stay in the sacrum. And then release. Let's set the foot down, uncross, and then slowly release the arms with the elbows slightly bent. Pause and notice. And then the last one on our backs. Let's bring the right knee in towards the chest, and right hand is coming to grab the outer edge of the foot for half happy baby. The left knee stays bent, sole of the foot on the floor. And give a little push on that bottom foot, on the left foot, so that you kind of square the hips. And let's be active here. So gently pull with your hand, but also gently push up through the foot. So there's a little bit of resistance. And let's go. Inhale, push up, and on the exhale, pull it down. And we're gonna start widening the range of motion. Inhale, straightening a little bit more the knee, and exhale, bring it out to the side. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. And drive it with the foot first. The hand is just resisting, driven by the foot, and then driven by the hand. You're like, what? If that makes any sense, just try. And then let's stay with the leg as extended as possible, even if the knee is bent a little bit or a lot, and just push through the ball of the foot as you gently, gently pull down with the hand. So you should feel it in the belly of the back of the thigh. And then release, extend completely the leg, bend the knee, set the foot back down. Second side, half happy baby on the left side, grabbing the outer edge of the foot. And I like threading my thumb in between the big toe and the second toe. So right foot is pressing on the ground, and then bring it down on the exhale. And then inhale to a little bit, pushing it up. Exhale, bring it down. And then inhale, trying to straighten a little. It's kind of like a sideways and up motion. Again, it can be faster or slower, but try to move with your breathing. Last one, inhaling, pushing up, and then bringing it down. And then we stay up and towards the center, trying to straighten the kneecap, or the knee, not the kneecap, and pulling gently, pressing through the ball of the foot. So you feel the hamstrings engage. And then release, completely straighten, and then set it back down. And Jazz, roll to your side to sit up. And Benya and you, Julia, we're gonna just rock on up to a seat. And coming to Sukhasana. So you wanna align, it's like a cross-legged with the heels in one line. Let's have right foot in front of the left. And we're just gonna do some side stretching. Take your arms up, inhale. And on the exhale, let's just go to one side and stretch. And then pushing through the hand, we come back up, bouncing, and then exhale on the other side. Inhale as you pass through the middle, and exhale as you go to the other side. And play again with the range of motion. Both arms and side body are active. So when we land with the hand, we resist to land and soften the landing, like buffer it with the hand and the elbow. Maybe you put the whole forearm, and as you stretch the other arm up and overhead, you want to reach so that you feel that side body stretching. Let's take the last one. It will make sense on the second round. Let's pass through center and then switch whichever leg is in front. So left foot in front of the right, heels in one line. Same thing, arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, and we go sideways, hand lands, and then buffers the landing. We stretch, inhale through the side body, and then exhale. Maybe you can close your eyes and just try to flow with the breath in this motion. And then notice if there's any areas of pain or something that you need to be careful with. but also trying to use the whole side body and the arms. Take the last one each side, and ear goes towards the shoulder. In case I didn't say, it's a bit too late. And then let's have one arm over, one arm under, maybe shrug a little. And let's come to a tabletop position. So coming to tabletop, we're gonna have some little wrist love. So put the hands, like place the hands softly on the floor. So like your knuckles are maybe lifting up a little. Hands directly below the shoulders. And we're just gonna take circles to one direction. Let's start clockwise. And again, we are explorers. So maybe you need to go slower to kind of like do the recognition of the grounds of your wrists. So notice how the pressure along the circle feels in all the weight of the fingers, the hands, and the wrists. And then when you reach 12 o'clock, let's switch directions, counterclockwise. And go forward. So your shoulders go beyond the line of the wrist for a little bit as you pass the 12 o'clock, 11, etc. And if you can, try to coordinate it with the breath. So you do the full circle maybe on an inhale and the next circle on an exhale, or half and half. Depends how fast you're breathing and moving. The whole point of that coordination is just to keep you present in the movement. And then let's pause in the middle. We're gonna do heel, we're gonna first knuckle push-ups. So we're gonna put the shoulders a little bit beyond the line of the wrists. And let me take my sweatshirt so you maybe see a little bit better. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the shoulders are a little bit beyond the line of the wrists. And we're gonna push through the fingers and just try to lift the heel of the hand a little. 1, then 2. So I'm just lifting the heels of the hands. 3. And if you walk your knees a little bit closer, it will be easier. So there's less weight. If you walk the knees a little bit back, it will be harder. And also if you put the shoulders forward, it will be harder. Let's take just 3 more. 2. And 3. Okay. And then let's flip the fingers towards you with the thumbs out. And then just lean back a little bit. Lean back and forward very softly. Don't go beyond where it feels like a little bit tighter. Just be soft and easy. And then walk the knees a little bit closer in and see if we can just lift the heels of the hands just a little bit. This shouldn't hurt. Okay, and then release. Let's just shake out the wrist for a moment. And we're gonna knock our fists together, make fists, and then press the backs of the fists on the floor, close to you so that it's easier. And then push the knuckles against each other in the middle, straighten your elbows, and then we bend the elbows and do little push-ups on the knees. Yeah, so elbows out and then in. Keep the fists flush to each other and pressing through the back of the fist. And we neglect the wrists a lot in yoga. We do a lot on our hands, but it's always good to do this like a prehab. And then release. Let's sit on the heels for a moment. Shake out the wrists. And we're gonna take the right hand out. Let me show you a little bit closer. So right hand out and fan the fingers out. We're gonna take the thumb and push it in. Fan the pinky out in the opposite direction. Like don't let the hand collapse, but fan it out. And then we pull the index finger, fan the toes, the fingers, and then the middle finger, fanning the hand. This is like flossing on the wrist. Ring finger, and then pinky finger, thumb in the other direction. Shake it out. And then left hand, fan the fingers, and then pull on the thumb, pinky in the other direction, and then ring. Pull gently, don't be a savage. And then middle finger, And then ring, but be active with the hand. And then pinky. And let's shake it out. We're gonna take the hands, palms out, and then cross. Let's cross left hand on top. And then cross the fingers. And then bring the knuckles here. And extend it forward. Just a little bit. And then coming back. And switching right hand on top. Interlace, bring the knuckles in. And then forward. You just stretch the outer wrist of the top arm. Or in this case, yeah, the right arm. And then arm over, arm under. Let's go back to tabletop. So now the wrists are a little bit better in tabletop, but if there's any discomfort, you can always make a fist with your hand instead of a wrist. Let's keep in tabletop, knees, shoulder width, hip width apart, and let's float the right leg back. Keep the hip at the same level as the left, toes pointing down for this one, and then float the left arm forward. And then turn the palm out. So you a little bit internally rotate the left arm. Keep your gaze down. Inhale here, just normal breathing. And then we're gonna turn the right foot out. So externally rotating the leg out. We're gonna inhale and take the arm back and the leg forward to the side. And then exhale and bring it back through center. Keep the leg externally rotated. Inhale, front and back. And exhale back through center. And the arm is internally rotated. Just keep going there with the breathing. Inhaling out. And exhaling forward. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And then release. Left hand comes back down. And let's float to the left leg first. Take a moment to arrive and then right arm forward, just in 2 points. And make sure the low back is not collapsing, it's too strong of an arch. And then turn the right palm out and then turn the left foot out. Internal rotation in the arm, external rotation in the leg. Take an inhale, arm back, leg forward. Exhale and center. 5, inhale. And back, 4, inhale, and 3, inhale, and 2, last one, back and forth, and 1. Come back to tabletop. Take an inhale to a cow, drop the belly, shrug the shoulders, exhale and round. 2 more, inhaling arch, exhale to round. Last one, inhale, and exhale. And then come back to kneeling. And we're gonna work a lot on the long side of the mat. So just pick a side that you can maybe see the camera, maybe Yas and Benny face each other, and kneel on the center of your mat. We're gonna take one leg out. We can start with the left leg out, with the foot pointing forward towards the short edge of the mat. And then let's bend the knee a little, slide the foot closer to you. The right shin is perpendicular, pointing down. And then left elbow to that knee. This is like a mini extended side angle. Left ear towards the shoulder. And what tends to happen is we collapse on the shoulder. So push the elbow into the thigh bone and vice versa. So the side body lifts. And then right arm open over ear. Option to look down at the foot instead of ear to shoulder. Play how it feels better with your neck. And then inhale, reach back, like reverse warrior, as we extend the front leg. And then exhale, we reach forward, hand to shin, extended triangle. Inhale, reach back. Maybe slide your hand down the right leg, or maybe fingertips to the floor, go as far as you go. And then exhale to extended mini triangle. One more, inhale, reach back, reverse triangle. And then exhale. And then bring it back in, and let's just switch sides. Right leg out first, just to measure the distance. And then bending the knee, mini side angle, elbow to the knee. Don't let the shoulder collapse. Push the thigh and the elbow into each other. Sweep the left arm open over ear. And choose the position of your neck. Ear to shoulder or looking down at your toes. Just a moment here to seal this shape. And then on the inhale, unravel, reach back as you extend that front leg. And then exhale to that extended triangle. As much as possible, that extended leg is also active, pushing on the floor. Inhaling, we reach back away from the extended leg. And on the exhale, we go towards the extended leg. Last one, inhaling back. And exhale towards the leg. Then inhale, come back through kneeling position. And let's just also come to a open angle towards the camera into a low lunge. So framing whichever is the front foot, and then the back knee is on the ground. We're gonna do what I call cat-cow lunges. So on the inhale, we lean forward, pelvis forward, head up. And on the exhale, we lean back, try to lift the back knee, straighten both legs. Let's do 3 of those. Inhale, lower the back knee, maybe to a hover or maybe to land on the floor. Exhale, and reach back, folding over the front leg. Inhale to lower, lunging forward. Exhale to reach back. And let's stay here with straight legs, passing through the center of the mat. We're gonna go all the way to the other side. Once you reach the other side with extended legs, let's turn a little bit on the outer edge of that other foot and keep going towards that direction of the twist. So you feel a little bit on the IT band on the side of the leg. Inhale. And then exhale back through center, coming back to that low lunge on your fingertips. So inhale, send the pelvis forward, lift the head. Exhale, and with the pelvis leading, reach back, folding over the front leg. Inhale to lower. And exhale to extend, that's 2. And then inhale, lower. And exhale to extend, 3. Stay here, and then come back again through the center, the way you came from. All the way to the first foot, and then keep going, turning on the outer edge of that front foot. Keep going a little bit, twisting to the left. And then coming back to center. Let's do 3 more here. Lower to low lunge, inhale, pelvis forward, head up. Exhale, reach back and fold it. Very nice. Inhale, see if you can get into the mood there of the breath. Inhaling, finding a sense of buoyancy in the movement. Stay extended, and then rolling on the feet, back. No IT band stretch, just land it here, and then inhale, lower to the low lunge and fingertips, and then exhale to press it back. Inhale, just 2 more, lower. Exhale, and folding over that extended leg. Inhale, and then exhale. And then come back through the middle again with the feet parallel. A little bit pigeon-toed, so the toes are a little bit, the big toes in and the heels a little bit out. Bring your hands on your hips, put a soft bend in your knees, and then come on up. We're just gonna do torso circles. So keeping the hands on the hip bones means like your 2 peace fingers touching the frontal hip bones. It's like eyes. And then we're gonna do a full circle. Let's start counterclockwise or in whichever direction. I always get confused in this one. So let's start circles in one direction. Again, exploring the full range, the strength of the back muscles as we go down, the strength of the side body as we come up and to the side. And also how the weight shifts between the feet as we go up and down. Knees can be micro bend here, so no need to hyperextend, no need to overdo it in the legs. Let's take one more and move slowly if you get dizzy. And let's switch directions. Other direction. Better to come up as you inhale and go down as you exhale. So you switch the breath when you're upright in the middle. And let's take one last one, full one. Ending up upright. And then we bring the heels in and the toes out for a horse stance or a goddess legs. And again, I was telling Julia and the guys yesterday in the class, you don't want to sink so much as you want to lift. So even though the knees are bent, as opposed to like sinking into it, try to push the floor away so you have this buoyancy there. Okay, and then with goddess arms, we're just going to take side bends. So one elbow goes to the knee, arm extends, inhale, and then exhale through center, and then inhale on the other side. Maybe the breathing is different for you, so find what feels natural for the breath here. Sometimes you feel better exhaling as you side bend or inhaling, and sometimes your body moves into it naturally. And your hips should be talking to you already, maybe the legs and the quads. Let's take last one each side. Finish on the side you did second. And then extend the legs, parallel your feet, and let's come to the top of the mat. Okay, so we're gonna do a little flow with the arms in a different position today, and I'll show you from the front so you see me better. We're gonna start doing the right leg flow, standing on the left leg. So we wanna move with the arms in like the opposite direction. Take the left hand and with the palm facing up, maybe I'll show you like this. So we're going to have Gomukhasana arms. Take that hand back, and you're gonna reach towards the middle of your back. And that means the tricep is gonna be to the side of your face. That's what the left arm is gonna be doing. And then right arm forward, turn the palm out. And then we're gonna just wrap it around so that it comes to the side. That's what your arms are gonna be doing. Then coming to the front of the mat, feet hip width apart. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Standing tall, stand on the left foot, transfer all the way to the left foot. And we're gonna bring the right knee in and up. Inhale. Exhale, open it out, flex the foot. Inhale, close. And exhale, open it out. Softly bend the standing leg, maybe a little bit more. And then last one. And then we're gonna take either the foot on the inner groin. If that feels too hard, let's take mini tree with the foot right up against the ankle. So your choice, but don't put it up against the knee. That's like an easy one thing to do. If it feels too high, no cheating yet. Don't use the arm. That's the whole point. So maybe let's do mini tree. And when you're here, close a little bit the front of the ribs and put a soft bend on that standing leg, or even a little bit more of a bend, like a buoyancy bend. Inhale. On the exhale, bring the knee back up and then close it off. And we're gonna start sending that leg back, leaning forward. We move very slow. Keep the gaze down. Put the weight on the heel of your front foot and then land it softly in a crescent lunge of sorts, widen the stance. Coming to crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, turn the back foot out so that you're in a warrior two stance. Okay. And then from here, inhale, we reach back, reverse warrior. We keep the arms in this shape. Exhale through that extended side angle. Inhale, extend your front leg as you reach back, extended triangle, reverse triangle, and then exhale forward to that triangle. Keep the tricep on the side of your face. Inhale back through center as you bend the front leg a little. Inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna start sideways. We keep the torso and the hips sideways towards the long side of the mat. And we're gonna take off towards half moon. Shorten your stance. And then first come high, like you're in a triangle. And we're still lifting the back leg. And leaning very slightly forward. You don't need to end up parallel to the floor, but just see how far you can go with the whole torso facing the long side of your mat. If you come up, it's fine. Inhale, a little bit more. And then exhale, start bending the standing leg, keep it in the heel, tap the floor, coming back to the warrior two stance. And then extend the front leg. Very softly release the arms. Like sneak it out. Woo. And then one arm over, one arm under. Fresh shoulders, stronger side body. And let's just switch sides. So we come in standing on the right foot this time. You can face anywhere on your mat. And right arm goes up. We internally rotate so the palm is facing in, and then bend the elbow, reaching in between your shoulder blades. Tricep goes like, kind of like a swivel motion, tricep next to the side of my face. And then left arm, palm facing out. And I wrap it around so that the fingers maybe go along the side of my body. And now transferring the weight to the right foot, inhale. And bring the left knee in towards your chest. Inhale here. And then exhale, open it up, opening the door. Inhale, center. And exhale, open the door. And 3. And last one. And then keep it high and do the same thing you did on the other side, either high 3 or low 3. With the foot up against the ankle or upper thigh, but anywhere above the knee. So Julia, if you feel like you're putting any pressure on the knee, no cheating. Try to use just the strength of the leg to land in your 3. It's fine. Sometimes less is more. You can inhale. And then exhale, bring it back up and close it. And we're gonna start going through crescent lunge. So starting to tilt forward and reach the leg back. Bending the standing leg a little, land on your toes, and then land in that high lunge. Inhale, exhale, open it up, heel to arch alignment, warrior 2 stance. Adjusting the legs. On the inhale, reach back to reverse warrior with the arms in the shape. Exhale, reach forward to that extended side angle. Inhale, reach back as you extend the front leg, reverse triangle. And then exhale to extended triangle. Keep the front leg extended. Inhale, reach back as you bend the front knee. Reverse warrior. Then on the exhale, shorten your stance. Keep the side body, the front body open, and start shortening the stance to come to that half moon. Slowly turn the bottom side of your arm towards the front. Moving slow and with control. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly coming back up. Land, warrior 2. Extend the front leg. And then slowly, very slowly, release the arms. Parallel your feet. Okay, so we've reached the peak of the class. We did all of this just to come into a little playtime with the king dancer. So we're gonna show you from the side a little. We're gonna stand on the right leg first and bend the left knee back. And put the left arm to the side with the palm facing up. So bend the left foot back, palm facing out. We're gonna catch the instep of the left foot. And then torso tries to stay upright as much as possible. Standing leg stays buoyant. Take the right arm up, maybe chin mudra, so touching the index finger and the thumb. And then we start lifting the back thigh, the quad, as we gently pull forward with the arm. Find a point to gaze at. Maybe lift a little bit more as you pull forward. Very nice. Again, standing leg can be a little bit bent. Inhale. And exhale. Don't slingshot out. Slowly release. Yeah. Like, whoa, slingshot is impossible to avoid. Let's just switch side. Standing on the left leg. Right hand elbow in, palm facing up. Bend the knee, catch the instep of the foot. And then left arm up, index and finger touching. Inhale. And then move on the exhale. Lifting the back thigh, trying to go parallel to the floor. Standing leg stays buoyant, knee gently bent. And then you really want to be on an active with your arm and limb that are touching each other. Maybe lean a little bit more forward, but keep the shoulders upright. And then release slowly. One arm over, one arm under, shake out the legs, like jello wet dog shakes. And now let's just sit down. Whew, hard part is over. Take your legs wide. Fingertips behind you a little just to lift tall. Imagine lifting your rib cage out of your pelvis. That makes any sense. And we're gonna play with bending and extending the legs organically and just do circles with the torso. So let's start counterclockwise, the witch pot. Maybe you bend the knees as you come up and you extend them as you go forward. So we wanna keep legs active. And when you do the half circle forward, pay attention to the pressure on the pelvic floor and the sit bones. Take your last one. And then we switch directions. Switch in the middle, start drawing circles counterclockwise. This should feel good in the legs and the hips at this point after all the work we did. Try to keep the spine upright if possible, not rounding so much the upper back. And it doesn't matter how wide your legs go. Let's take a last one. And then come back through center. And we're doing like the ballerina type of stretching. So we start to one side, let's say the right foot. Inhale to a side stretch. And then we sweep through the center, ending up in another side stretch. And then we come back to center. Exhale side, inhale front. And switch. And then back through center. Let's do one more. Sweep, side, and back through center. And now switching directions. To the left, sideways. Sweep half a circle to the middle. Sideways, torso upright. And then side, middle, side, upright. And last one. Left, center, side, and upright. Let's bend the knees and balance on the back of the sit bones. Catch the outer edges of your feet just like you would for happy baby. And we're gonna play with balance. See how far we go. So we start leaning a little bit back and pulling and trying to open. Strong pelvic floor maybe. We balance with fully extended legs. My knees are shaking because my hamstrings were tight from the plane ride, and then landed, feet together in a diamond shape. So push your feet out away from your body. Grab the ankles, inhale, lift all through your spine, and then bow forward.
Round the upper back, and you can grab the tops of your feet. Just a little bit of passive stretching, softening the outer hips. Release the jaw and the shoulders. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine, look up. And on the exhale, release. Let's close the knees. And just the last one, we're moving from extended legs up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, and just with the strength of your spine, move and try to touch your toes. Inhale, we come up, bend the knees. To Baddha Konasana, heels close to your pelvis, open it up, and then lean forward. Inhale, back up with your torso, close the legs. Exhale, extend the legs and lean forward. Inhale up to switch, bend the knees. Exhale to arrive on the other side, leaning forward. Inhale up, close. Exhale forward. Inhale up, bend. Exhale, open and bow. Inhale, last one, close. And forward. Inhale up, bend and bow. Inhale back up, close your knees. Scoot your seat forward and lie on your back. We're setting up for a round of dynamic bridge. So arms alongside your body. You should be able to tap the heels with your fingertips. That's more or less how close you want your feet to your seat. Feet are hip width apart, knees parallel, not splaying in or out. And then we can take robot arms with the elbows and the backs of the shoulders on the floor, fingers pointing up. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up, pressing through the big toes. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. And exhale, lower. You can continue like this, or on the next inhale up, lift the left leg up. Exhale, foot down, lower the pelvis. Inhale up, right leg up. Exhale, foot down, lower the pelvis. And switching, inhale up, left leg up. Exhale, down completely. Inhale up. And down. And then last one, switching or without. Inhale, left leg up. And down. And last one, inhale, right leg leads. And down. Bring the knees to your chest. Just maybe with the legs wider out. We're coming into happy baby. So let the knees play out, grabbing the outer edges of the feet. And then pulling with the feet. Maybe feet are parallel or heels in, toes out. You can play with the rotation of the thigh bones. But active happy baby, gently pulling down with the arms, staying buoyant with the shoulders on the elbows, and very gently pushing up. It's like you're floating. Not so much like bouncing, but like suspended in mid-air in space. And then you can play side to side with that buoyancy, like you're underwater a little. So it's slow, but it's supported. And then you can inhale in the center. And on the exhale, maybe extend both legs completely. Finding a new length in your hamstrings and your legs. And then release. We can do thread the needle, just, and the rest of us can do spinal twist with cross legs. So let's start with the right leg, either right ankle on the top of the left knee, and then bringing the, the left knee in, or we're gonna do the thread the needle, Julia and Benya, and I cross the right leg completely, and then tuck my left hip under and drop the knees to the left.
Arms wide like an airplane, palms facing down. If you're in thread the needle, yes, you can grab the front of the shin and pull it a little bit closer, or just do it without the arms. Take an inhale. On the exhale, everybody back through center, uncrossing the legs and switch sides. Left ankle on top of right knee, thread the needle coming in, or we cross it on top, tuck the right hip under your body and drop the knees over to the right. The head can stay looking up or in the opposite direction of the knees. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, bring it back through center. Uncross your legs, extend them out. Shavasana. Any shape with the arms that you like. Just a short moment to completely let go of effort. When we have little time to relax, how good can we get at just letting it all go? Having a second of respite. Soften your jaw. Soften the skin of your face and your eyes. Drop the weight of your skull down. Letting the cheekbones and the ears drop to each side of your face. The sides of the neck to soften and the shoulders to drop. Relaxing down the arms through the elbows, forearms and hands. Softening the chest and the belly. Releasing the low back and the hips. Smoothing down the thighs, the glutes, the hamstrings, around the kneecaps and your shin bones, your calf muscles and your heels, the ankles, tops of the feet, bottoms of the feet, and finally your toes. Surrender your weight to the earth and completely rest. Maybe put a little smile on your face. Finding joy from the outside towards the inside. And then it should reverse. Maybe it comes from the inside and out. That little sense of joy. Very gently start wiggling your toes, your fingers, moving the head side to side. And really just connect with your body and start moving how it asks you. Maybe shrugging the shoulders. I like to stretch my arms above head and give my body a full stretch. And then bending the knees, maybe windshield wipering. And then let's all turn to the left side of the body. And pause there for a moment. Next inhale, push the full weight to come upright into a seat. Maybe eyes are closed, but relax the arms, straighten your spine. On the inhale, bring your hands together in front of your chest. And exhale, gently bowing down to thank yourself for showing up. Lift your head, blink your eyes open, and smile. We finish the class. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Feel good practice. Your hips, your side body, your shoulders, so that you can probably sit on a desk the rest of the day. Maybe go for a walk later. Cool. Thanks for coming. Love seeing you guys. Mornings.
Hope to see you soon next time and have a nice day. Ciao.